Hi, I'm Liz Zerker, and this is 6 Supplemental Speaking Lessons for ESL students. Today we're talking about linking. We've talked about the 3 sounds of ED and vowel height, and you need to know those 2 things before you can learn this. Linking. What is a link? This is a chain. It is made up of links. Links hold things together. They go from one thing to another thing. And that's exactly what we'll be doing with sound. Let's look at a diagram that explains this. What is linking? When does it happen? It happens 3 different times. When one word ends in a vowel and the next word begins with a vowel. When one word ends in a sound that is the same sound as the second word that follows, or here, what we're going to talk about, when one word ends in a strong consonant sound, and the next word begins with a weak vowel sound. Remember what vowels are? A, E, I, O, U, and Y. And sometimes in this link, a new sound is created that you don't expect, and you probably don't understand when people do this. But you need to learn how to make those sounds, and then you'll understand when other people use them. To show that something makes a link, we mark it with a smiley line. You'll be asked to do this on practice papers and on quizzes. So don't forget to mark a line like that from one sound to the sound it slides over on. An example of this linking is something like Liz is. It's not going to sound like 2 separate words. It'll sound like this. Liz is. Liz is. And you have to say fast. But you might listen and hear ziz and wonder, what? What is ziz? I have no idea. And look it up in a dictionary. But there isn't such a word. It's just this sound, sliding over and adding to this word. Let's look at the worksheet you'll be given in class. This is the worksheet. Linking happens when a word starts with a vowel and the word before it has a strong consonant sound. These 2 together often are very noticeable, and to an English learner seems to be a word, an unknown word, that confuses the meaning of the sentence. Example, Tim often goes there. Tim often. Tim-muffin. The way it may sound to you, and you're thinking moth. What is moth? Here are some words we use frequently that will link with a word before it. A sounds, a, all, m, n, as, at. Egg, eat, I, ate, ever, even, 11. I, if, ill, of, which is really a U and V sound, not an O and F. Off, on, open, under, up, us, you and your. These are a special case that I'll explain at the end. For all of these, you could slide an M or an R or an S or a Z over on it, depending on what the word before is. And it could sound like the or zig or zi, something like that. So you need to be able to do this and to understand when others say it. Here are some possible phrases. Gotta is going to sound more like gotta. And so you should make a mark like this to remind yourself. The T is going to slide over on the A. It's also going to become more of a flap and not a T sound, but a gotta. A little like D. Boiled egg. It's going to sound more like boil, deg. But you might hear the deg really loudly. But that's not a word, is it? And I. We actually drop the D in this case and slide the N over. And I. John and I. Here's an example of an R and silent E. That silent E is just there to tell you how to say A, usually. So the sound we're really listening to is the R. That's the strong sound. It will slide over on the of and sound like care of, rov. This, the S, is going to be a Z, and it always is. And it will slide over on the U and sound like is under, zunder. Here's another silent E, so we ignore it. And the V slides over on the U. Give you, view. There are some exceptions or strange sounds that happen. And that is before a Y when there's a T in front. So instead of at you, we do this funny thing and we make it sound like a T. So instead of being at you, it actually sounds like a sneeze. At you. I'm not looking at you. What you? I don't know what you're doing. Taste you. Again, silent E, so it's a T before a Y. Taste you. It you. It you. So remember, when you see T before Y, it's going to do this strange thing. And practicing the ch sound. Out you. Put your. Sat your. But you. The more that you learn how to do this, the more you'll understand other people, and the more they will understand you. Thank you.